Toasty commits tax evasion, but it's like tomorrow's like tax Monday. Toasty, hold up. Good day, good people. It is it is Easter Sunday. In the year of the Zenith, Toonlink, Dave, Anomaly, the Anomalacars, few know me as the man Man, I wish I had that 1 pound Easter bunny, but Asnir really ate the ears, and I was just so disappointed in it. And I'm feeling it in my soul. My soul is hurt. It's so hurt. But I'm still the United States Aviator, and welcome back to not just another episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games, the big OC free-for-all of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. We have all your OCs from this season, from the first week of singles action, the second week of singles action, and all of those Hunger Games tag teams, and everyone's competing for one last spot in their respective brackets. The highest placing OC who competed in singles action, who's not already on the bracket, goes on to the bracket, and the highest placing tag team, not already on the bracket, will go on to their tag team bracket as well. But first and foremost, we gotta do what we do best, and we gotta do this long run through of every OC who was here for season 10. Season 10. Drink that in one more time. 10 seasons. Season 10. We had Sun, Aika, Vinny, Kono, The Coder, Miles, Aya, Raimi, Leaf, Monalise, Lux, Inari, Parvati, Eri, June, Tigra, Hera, Xiaomu, Dakota, Nunzio, David, Kiyomi, Kais, Squid. And then singles week 2, we saw Kenta, Suzui, Izumi, Koemi, Bales, Tobin, Satsushi, Harker, Ringa, Kazuha, Cam, and yeah, but that's Cam right there. Julia, Rose, Momo, Koharu, Toasty, Chip, Sky, Kiyoshi, Wendy, Nana, Delta, Auntie Zuru, and Reika. And then we see our tag teams. The Chaotic Croissant duo, Fifi and Oliver amped up, Romaz and Lee, Christmas Past, Infinity and Alexander Adams aka Buff Santa, the Dazzling Stars Daiki and Rico, Helping Hand Melody, Midori, Best for Business Yoko, and Shiro Saba. Set the stage Kanaki, not Kaneko, Kanaki. Don't worry, I'm not gonna look. Kaneko's not even in this season, I promise. I might mess it up anyway. Ashi's here as well, though. Red Roses, but not just any red roses. Blood Red Roses, C Rose, Zaka, and Yui. Heart Heist, Legol, and Kujo. Broken Arrow, Barth and Amber, Magpie Magic, Natasha and Felix, Tragic Tale, Skyland, and JFJ. Wilted Roses, Iris and Oni. Rap God, Charmy and Sagi. Trick or Treat, Junpei and Katsumi. Architect, E48 aka Eva and Ari. Firewall, our champion Glitch, and Jason. Open Seas, Sayama and Peggy. Catch 'em all, Murasaki Tomoyashi. And we have Eric, Fighter Jet, Matthew and Victoria. Figurine Fashion, Kitamura and Nico. Manga section, Rai and Hana. Elite Idolist, Osamu and Michi. Fortune of the Gods, Kyoto Zonokai and Shiori. Mind Games, Akira and Kiyoshi. And we had so many fantastic OCs, so many fantastic moments. We saw so many memorable things. We saw Barth, the king of dazing. We saw it. We saw Junpei be the first one to wield that OC, one of the few OC, not one of the few, there's a couple things in there. One of the OC specific items, but you know what? Didn't get a chance to use it, won't get a chance to use it today, but may get a chance to use it in the OC tag team finale. But first of all, I have to say, how do you do, live chat? Happy Easter Sunday, and if you don't celebrate Easter, happy day before Easter Discount Candy Monday, baby! How y'all doing? Make your picks for first, second, and third. Do them in the comments, do them in the live chat, do them however you got. In fact, go ahead and pick your top 3 for singles and pick your top 3 for tag teams, because even though everyone here is kind of sort of on their own, there's still like a separation, it's still a slight little separation. So go ahead and make those picks. I'll make them too. Yeah, I guess I'll make them too. But there's one thing that we do still have to do, and I think you know exactly what that is. It has not hit in singles or tag team action, but today may be the day. It's happened before, is all I'll say. And I didn't click the actual. There we go. In 3, 2, 1. There's a 25% chance that Glitch will defend his title against every single OC here today. But will it happen? We'll wait and see. Now. And keep in mind, if it does not hit, Hana saves that chaos and goes to fight for the singles championship. Will she do that, or will she say, no, 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 today, chaos reigns? She says she's going to that OC finale. Chaos does not reign. It's happened before where chaos doesn't reign. But let me tell you, next season, as I will go back to this, next season we'll have tag team Agents of Chaos for OC action, which will be phenomenal, which will be so exciting. However, wait for it. Because of that, there will be most likely still 3 episodes, or really 3 chances for either of those to hit. So I think this is the last time that we will be at 25%. I think it will be up because there will be less chances for these specific wheels to hit. So, next season, Agents of Chaos have a little bit more power, but that's next season. This season, it's free for all time, and this season, I gotta go for first with Kyoshi. For singles, we'll start with singles. Give me Kyoshi for first. Give me Koemi for second. Koemi, I do love Koemi. I really do. And then give me, you know what? I take it all back. Kyoshi for second. Koemi for third. But give me Squid for first. Give me Squid for the #1 position. Give me Squid for first. For tag teams, though, give me Broken Arrow for first. Give me Broken Arrow for first. Absolutely. Give me them. I got no qualms if they don't come out on top because of it, but you know what? Give me them for first. Give me the Chaotic Croissant duo for second. You know, Oliver's got those 2s up there, and I was like, you know what? That to me, that looks like second place, and you know what? They're gonna get that today. That's how I see it. And then give me Manga Section for third. Hana's coming off of not hitting that Agent of Chaos action. Glitch will walk into the finale as champion. Hana will be targeting him. Ladies and gentlemen, those are my picks. Manga Section for third. Hope you guys have made yours, but most importantly, we gotta get the show on the road because it's going to be a quite long one. So, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. As near, do your thing. Oh, this is a living thing. Goodness gracious! Hit me with that. Do you know what this is? This is a plant, a living, breathing plant. Yes, it is. How delightful. You know what kind of plant it is? I'll sit you right here, my friend. You don't have a name. In fact, comments. You guys gave Anomaly a very fantastic name. Loved it to bits. Name this plant for me. What kind of plant it is? It is a Chinese money plant. However, that's not the only thing it is called. It's also called a UFO plant, but that's not what we're calling it. its most fabulous and phenomenal name. Maybe it's not, some people, it's not the most well-known name, but it is the most phenomenal name for this type of plant. It is the pancake plant. Name my son the pancake plant. Name him. Live chat, I will be looking. Give me some fantastic names in the comments. You guys named Anomaly. Beautiful name. I'll never regret. I would have probably never come up with Anomaly the Anomalocaris, but it is beautiful. It is incredible. Name my pancake plant. Name him. Put the names in the live chat. Do it. Do what you must. You don't have to. I mean, like, if you got a good idea, though, put it up there. I like that. Like to have it. Because he's going to be here on the set, you know, sometimes. Not all the time. You got to get... He gets pretty decent sunlight right here during the day, I'll be completely honest. In fact, his leaves, when he first came in, they were super duper low. I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna die, but now he's doing much better, and I'm proud to see him all doing great like that. That's my guy, I love him to bits. However, we do still have a show to get on the road, and you know, things are just going so pleasant right now. How about we, yeah. Pablo. You thought, I'm not gonna do that to your OCs. Everyone's here today. I don't want you guys to have as near wreak havoc on all of you. Instead, Pablo will give you his blessing. Pablo, on this Easter Sunday, springtime, hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Oh, Pablo, what have you done? Pablo, what have you done? This is a 1, you guys. This is a 1 right there. Pablo, we love you. You're a great lad, but like, ones aren't traditionally good in these. Ones are traditionally brutal in these for some reason. Hey, I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's resimulate just one time, right? You guys aren't worried, are you? There's not like intense sweating going on. Ah ha ha hee hee ha ha. One time. One time. All of these OCs and we resimulate. One time. One spot in the singles OC finale. One team for the tag team. The inaugural OC Tag Team Championship match. Let's go on. Let's click proceed. And let's start this shebang. We see as the tribute stand on their podiums, the horns they does sound. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and horns, please do sound them. Oh, those horns. Oh, I love that sound. It's them sounding. The horns, they have sounded. Oh, you love to hear that. You know what else we love to hear? Barth and Ringo fight for a bag. Barth gives up and retreats. Sun gets carried away and challenges Monokuma. In response, Monokuma rips him in half. Monokuma... Look, I asked Junko for a favor. I was like, you get Monokuma to work for me this game? And she was like, you know, I got you, homie, and you know, we're good now. You know, she's a traitor because she's working at Yoko's, but like, you know, I can't control that. Sagi runs away from the cornucopia. Delta bashes Aya's head in with a mace. Chip runs away from the cornucopia. Tobin cozies up to Amber and Squid looking for allies. Oliver gets on one knee and proposes to David. David laughs at Oliver and continues to do so as he leaves him there. Leaves him. Koharu snatches a pair of sais. Harker grabs a backpack, not realizing it's empty. Kyuto Zonokai kills Kaius for his supplies. Hana approaches Momo, Matthew, and Ashi and tells them that she'll be killing them all this game because she's still got that chaos brimming within her. Glitch seals Rai in an explosive barrel and rolls it over to Yoko, then shoots it. Yoko dies in the explosion, but Rai somehow makes it out unharmed. I don't know how you did that. Good on you, though. Natasha kills Kujo for his weapon. Kujo! Kujo! You gotta do better than that, my boy. Legault's still in, though. Might carry you guys. Nana Katsure runs away from the cornucopia. JFJ grabs as many supplies as humanly possible. Shiori bashes Lux's head in with a miss. Lux, you gotta do better. You gotta do better, but probably Age and Chaos match, so good for you. Nico ignores the game, goes looking for food. Shiro Saba, rather, grabs a jar of fishing bait while Charmy gets a fishing gear. Kitamura kills Junpei. Junpei! For his supplies, Kiyoshi sets fire to the cornucopia, incinerating Reimi, Katsumi, and Legault. Katsumi! Reimi, not the bloodbath, not you guys too. It's starting to get a little bloody. It's starting to feel like a one got rolled. It is starting to feel like that. Tiger runs away from the cornucopia. Eri has been dillying and also dallying on an essay that's due by the end of the episode. Now they have to work on it while also trying not to be killed. Goodness gracious. Inari runs away from the cornucopia. Fifi runs away as well. Toasty and Dakota agree to kill each other last. Romas can't remember who they are. Pants tries to help him remember. Sky runs away. Osamu stays in the cornucopia for resources. Satsushi stabs Eva in the back with a trident. That is painful. Kanaki severely injures Miles and leaves him there to die. Koemi and Leaf make a secret pact to work together. Kenta, Iris, and Hera get into a fight. Iris triumphantly kills them both. Kenta and Hera. Oh no. That is the unfortunate truth of a 1. Auntie Izuru just runs away from the cornucopia, but he looks real happy while he's doing it. Aika arrives at the arena. Her memory is completely wiped. The sole thing she can remember is her name, Aika. Murasaki, Rosaka, and Eric get into a fight. Murasaki gets a little carried away, kills Rosaka, but also takes out her partner, Eric. She was like, look, I'm not gonna die in the bloodbath. That energy's not coming back, and I will do whatever it takes to make sure it doesn't happen. Jason realized that dying doesn't mean anything in this endless cycle of despair, so he's gonna live it up this game. Kyoshi acts antisocial and refuses to introduce himself. Parvati sees a live landmine stashed away in the supplies, tries to avoid it, but Infinity comes in charging, tackles her into the landmine, blowing them both up. Skyland runs away from the cornucopia. Mona Lisa's sick and tired of these reptiles, grabs a hat, grabs a net, and joins Avi's animal control. Thank you, Mona Lisa. Thank you. Melody takes a shackle from inside the cornucopia. June runs away from the cornucopia. Midori runs away from the cornucopia. Sayami cozies up to Kono and Peggy looking for allies. Rose was spacing out during the dice roll and wonders if the die landed on her 1. Haha, Rose. It did. Daiki approaches Ari, Thales, and Dakota, tells them that they'll be killing them all this game. Cam runs away from the cornucopia. Michi snatches a pair of sais. Kazuo opens a pack of gum as he enters the arena. Reika, Wendy, and Yui appear out of nowhere asking for a piece. Izumi and Akira are resurrected by the Lich King to kill the other tributes. Nunzio finds a talking Komodo dragon inside the cornucopia. The reptile says that he is Oni. Asnir placed a curse on him, and the only way to bring him back, break that curse, is for Nunzio to kiss him. Nunzio relies or reluctantly obliges, kissing Oni, turning him back to normal. Julia investigates with Vinny, but secretly kills Rico during the investigation. Goodness gracious. Julia, how could you? Felix gathers as much food as possible. Victoria can't remember who they are. Suzui tries to help her remember. Buff Santa gets a chainsaw, and Lee kills Kiyomi with a sickle. We did have a pretty bloody bloodbath, I will admit. That was pretty terrifying, pretty deadly, but we will proceed because we still have a day to get through as well. And that day consists of Dakota offering to sell his friendship to Auntie Izuru. Kyoshi's phone rings, there's no caller ID. When he picks it up, it's just Kanaki on the other line insulting him? How could you? Lee, you're gonna make the poor boy cry. Lee, Rai, and Reika corner Ari, she's about to kill her when suddenly she pulls out a grappling hook, uses it to escape. Victoria catches Nana, crawled up in a ball, rocking back and forth, sucking on her thumb. Seems like she's lost in Michi. Trips on a comically placed banana peel, falls on her bottom. Ashi is the best in the world! Vinny is making Natasha angry. You're not gonna like Natasha when she's angry. Inari receives a hat from an unknown sponsor. Murasaki confesses her love to Fifi. Fifi says, hey, cool, see ya, homie, and leaves. Izumi teaches Felix some fighting moves. Little does Felix know that Izumi is teaching him wrong as a joke. Panth reminisces about season 2. Koemi tries to live the entire day. June sets up an ice cream shack. Momo comes and joins as June's faithful assistant Skyland. Violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit, let me tell you. Suzui, Sagi, Amber, Iris, raid Shirosaba's camp while she's hunting. Aries theorizing how best to counter Avi's jinx. Well, let me tell you, there's no countering it. There's nothing you can do about it. But what you can do is embrace the power of positivity, as I say, Buff Santa! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous tag team champs and feel the power. But who will be the first ever OC Tag Team Champions? Who will embrace the power of positivity? We'll have to wait and see. Soon, though. Kyoto Zo Kai, Charmy, and Ringo perform a glorious air combo on Daiki. Osamu beats Peggy with a steel chair. Satsushi offers to sell. There's a lot of friendship selling going on. Her friendship to Wendy. Kono teaches Julia some fighting moves. Little does Julia know that Kono's teaching her wrong as a joke. Julia uses these moves to kill Kono. I guess it wasn't that big of a joke. A JFJ. A U. And Oni receive report cards evaluating their performance this game. JFJ gets an A. Yui gets a C, and Oni gets a big fat F. Let me tell you, JFJ, Ultimate Hunger Games, he's an Ultimate Hunger Games mentor. Of course he better get an A. Of course. Let me tell you, it started when an alien device did what it did. It stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid. He's all over 10. Ollie 10. I'd like to see that. Monolith slams Melody through a table! Is that any way for her to behave? Perhaps, perhaps not. Romaz. His unknown sponsors. Raids Shadow, Legends, Chip, stabs Leaf with a tree branch. Rest in peace. David starts writing a novel. Will he ever finish it? Akira doesn't want to live on this planet anymore. Jason stomps all over Aika's garden. A now enraged Aika murders him with a hoe and buries him in the garden. Unfortunate. Toasty lays on the ground, watching blood, falling blood from Glitch, being murdered by Tigra, painting the scenery crimson. Jeez Louise, the champion is out of here in brutal fashion. Thales uses a special attack on Dakota, the Mega Destruction Ball of Darkness and Destruction. It did no damage. Kitamura uses a cactus to kill Hana. Rest in peace, the Agent of Chaos and the Champ are out in this round. Squid uses Christmas magic to change the arena back to December. Nico and Sky are sitting in a tree. Kissing. Shiori and Midori play tricks on Barth while Kiyoshi steals from his room. Bartholomew notices what's going on and in a fit of rage, murders them all. Goodness gracious, Barth. Kazuo drinks cactus juice, starts to hallucinate. Is that a giant mushroom? I bet you so. It's friendly, I'm sure. Delta is an employee of Avi's wares and despairs, prepares for the inevitable shopping raid. Well, let me tell you, he did have quite the round when he won his game. Harker takes Tobin to Suplex City. Nunzio decides to lend me a hand and kills a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena. I'll remember that, Nunzio. Karu takes Sayami to Suplex City. Cam confesses how much they have come to hate Rose. Rose runs away crying, and Matthew discovers a cave. We lost quite a few, and it's only round 1. 28 are gone. 28 are gone. I think that might be more than a quarter of the competition, as we had a Clear Day Loon 4. Sun, Aya, Caius, Yoko, Kujo, Lux, Junpei, Reimi, Katsumi, Legault, Eva, Miles, Kenta, Hera, Rosaka, Eric, Parvati, Infinity, Riko, Kiyomi, Kono, Leaf, Jason, Glitch, Hana, Shiori, Midori, Kiyoshi. We'll take a peek at everybody's statuses. We have, I don't know how many people left actually. We have, if I could spell alive, I could tell you, 70. We still have a whole 70 left. We still have a whole 70 left. No arena events, no feast. Everyone's kind of just vibing. We have still a lot of people from week 1. More people from week 2. And a lot of teams still have at least one person in. I think the only 2 teams that are completely out are Heart Heist, Firewall, Trick or Treat, and I think that's it. Yes. Everyone else still has hope. Everyone else still has hope. But let me tell you, when it comes to hope, there is none when a 1 is rolled. Things are about to get brutal. I feel it in my bones. All of them. Over 200 bones in my body, and every one of them feels it. Let's proceed. Let's go on, and we will see. Night 1. Kazuo watches a new mischief of rats runs by. Kazuo runs off before they get any ideas, like feasting on him. Auntie Azuru holds a secret meeting with Buff Santa, Kyoto Zonokai, Felix, and Peggy. Julia looks at the nighttime sky. Chip tries to eat her turducken, but it's too much for Chip. Dies of horrible stomach pains. Izumi finds a care package, unable to open it. Osamu finds a sleeping Barth on the ground, raises his hand, waves it in front of his face before dusting off his shoulder, falling, and hitting Barth with a 5-knuckle shuffle. Fails. Dies to Sarah Yellow. I don't love it because it messes with his blue aesthetic, and I love that blue aesthetic about Thales. Once again, love Thales. Tigra finds June hiding, then comically slaps June. At least you didn't kill him. At least you didn't kill him, Tigra. JFJ, stop it. Get some help. Dakota, the allergists keep waking him up at night. Squid is caught simping for Ringo, but Murasaki was already simping for Ringo and kills Squid out of spite. Don't you go simping, Squid, or else you're gonna get got. You learned it the hard way. Nico ain't afraid of no ghosts. Dyke is actually fairly terrified by some ghosts. After losing repeatedly to Delta, Kanaki tosses the items. like the game board, those pieces, all into the campfire. David sends Sayami to jail for Mew-like behavior. Toasty is an international super spy. Oni, Iris walk underneath the mistletoe. Oni goes in for a sweet, sweet kiss, but gets stabbed by Iris because nope, not interested. Sagi gets a hold of my soundboard and plays Samurai Woman, but like, it's not time for that, Sagi. It's not. You know what? I'll allow it. Monolith and Skyline, the rest of this event is now welcome in a school environment. Tobin finds a big red button, pushes it immediately, as if he were drawn to the glowing red light. Fortune, the button doesn't do a thing. Melody teaches Koemi and Nana how to use ice magic. Goodness gracious, Reika enters Victoria's mind. It was a pleasant trip. Anyone else's hands, a microphone is just a microphone, but in Oliver's hands, it's a pipe bomb, which he uses to blow up Setsushi, rest in peace. Matthew, Momo, and Aika cheerfully sing songs together. Lee is just Amber's split personality given form. Michi watches also as a new Mischief of Rats runs by. Fifi sets off an explosive, taking out Natasha and Koharu. Rose, Shirosaba, and Cam sit around the campfire and sing the campfire song. Harker and Rai create their own secret code language so they can communicate safely without any unwanted eavesdroppers listening in. Where in the world is Kitamura? Akira, Kiyoshi, Dakota enter a scrum debate with Yui, Panth, and Ari. They argue over which victim had the saddest death. Romas submits an application to join the squad. Ashi snatches it out of his hands and rips it up. You got something against the squad, Ashi or Romas? Either way, that's not cool. Vinny finds a dark Deva in the arena and befriends it. Sky and Nunzio discuss if that big roller is a rock or a boulder. Big stone is a rock or a boulder. And let me tell you, Suzui, Inari, and Charmy go. They eat some pancakes. They are preparing for an anything goes pancake eating competition. And let me tell you, Inari knows what's going on. Inari knows what to do. Showing up, showing off, and most importantly, earning entry into that big World Pancake Championship match at the end of this season. It's filling up. And Inari's found a spot. Wendy finds a big red button, presses it, nothing happens though, and Eri walks into a portal, molecules get all rearranged, she's got ghost powers. We go on to day 2, Murasaki becomes spherical. Ringo, Monolith, Kitamura, and Koemi track down and kill Tiger, rest in peace to her, to the Tiger, too bad Tiger. You hate to see it. I didn't pick you, I didn't jinx you, it wasn't my fault. Barth receives first aid kit from not an unknown sponsor. The comment section, Shirosaba and Wendy have a picnic off a cliff. That's so nice! That's so okay. The cliff falls from beneath them, and they both perish. That's not my fault either. Auntie Azuru and Victoria fight Amber and Iris. Auntie Azuru and Victoria actually survive. Fifi accidentally blurts out the fact that she likes JFJ in a non-platonic way. JFJ accepts the accidental confession wholeheartedly. Romas becomes spherical. Lee reminisces about season 3. Nana, Nunzio, and Dakota track down and chill with Daiki, bullying a Skyland. Not cool, Harker. Kyoto, Zonokai, Felix, and Panth hold an intervention for my darts addiction. I don't have one. I'm not going. Julia tries to sneak attack buff Santa. He catches on and runs away. Sky receives a knife from an unknown sponsor. Yui sees smoke rise in the distance, decides not to investigate. Michi confesses her love for Dakota. Dakota says, oh yeah, there's all this confession. Not much of it's going well. Charmy throws sand in the eyes of Peggy. Peggy goes temporarily blind for the rest of the game. Goodness gracious, Rose receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Vinny discovers the cave. Rai says something wrong, and Sayami calls him a foolish fool. Momo washes her hands in the river. Aika, Matthew, and Toasty successfully ambush David, Kiyoshi, and Osamu. Rest in peace. June sees a completely pale Suzui wash her sore, unmoving. June revives her with CPR. What a hero. Tobin, Delta, Kanaki make homemade weapons. Reika overpowers Inari, killing her. Rest in peace. But World Pancake Championship match. Izumi uses Christmas magic to change the month back to December. Eri reminisces about season 3. Melody, Akira, and Ari receive report cards for their evaluation this game. Melody gets an A, Akira with a C, and Ari with a big fat F. Cam fails. Nico are chased by a rampaging Kazuo. Ashi falls to a frozen lake and drowns. Sagi's unknown sponsors, Raid Shadow Legends, and Oliver. Lot of respect. Waking up and having pancakes. I think pancakes is on your list of likes. Let me tell you what you've earned. Entry into the World Pancake Championship Invitational. We'll see you there. And you know who else we'll see there? Not some of these people, because they unfortunately did perish. We unfortunately lost a lot of them. 16 more gone, and it is indeed a Claire de Lune 4. Chip, Squid, Oni, Setsushi, Nitasha, Koharu, Tigra, Shirosaba, Wendy, Amber, Iris, David, Kiyoshi, Osamu, Inari, Ashi. And now, we still have quite a few people left. 54. Not even close to a standard size game. One arena event could wipe out like 30 of them. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we will scroll down. We see Aika, Vinny, Vocoder, Monalise, Eri, Xiaomu, Dakota, Nunzio, Suzui, Izumi, Koemi, Fails, Tobin, Harker, Ringo, Kazuo, Cam, Julia, Rose, Momo, Toasty, Sky, Nana, Delta, Reika. All of the Chaotic Croissant duo, all have amped up. Buff Santa for Christmas Past, Daiki for Dazzling Stars, Helping Hand Melody. We still see Kanaki setting the stage, Blood Red Roses with Yui, Broken Arrow with Barth, Tragic Tales completely in, Rap God as well. Ari for Architect, Open Seas completely in. Catch 'em All still has Murasaki, Fighter Jet, and Figurine Fashion completely in. Manga section still has Rai, Elite Idolists still have Michi, Fortune the Gods still have Kyoto, Zono Kai, and Mind Games still have Akira. But let me tell you, not all of those teams need to come out on top in this match. A lot of them are already in that finale. Who's going to come out on top just in general, though? There's only one way to find out as I take a swig of water. And that way to find out is to proceed. And we see Night 2. Buff Santa somehow steals every item in Kyoto, Zono Kai's camp, without being noticed. Oliver and Vinny sing some show tunes. Thales stood in the ashes of a trillion dead souls and asked the ghost if honor matters. Silence was their answer. JFJ's obnoxious snoring renders Dakota, Akira, and Tobin unable to sleep. Charmy finds an Etch-a-Sketch and shows Momo the portrait he made for Fifi? Charmy was cheating on Momo with Fifi all along? Does that mean Fifi's cheating on JFJ? Was it JFJ and Fifi who were loving it up? I don't know. Victoria steals my soundboard's about to play something, but Nico kills Victoria before she has a chance. Nico then gives my soundboard back to me. Thank you. Big appreciation. Harker is unable to sleep without a fire. Koemi finds a discarded dimensional scythe. Although it's lost its ability to open portals to the despair dimension, it works very well for slicing Lee to pieces. Rest in peace to Lee. But is already in that tag team finale. In fact, is the first ever winner, along with Romas of tag team action and OC action. Ari goes to Love Hotel with Suzui. Peggy sets off an explosive, killing Barth. Rest in peace to Barth. Nana attempts to sneak into the back rooms of Yoko's items of misfortune, but gets seen by Delta. Wait a minute. Delta, you're supposed to be working at my store? Delta, what are you doing? Do you work at both stores as well? Okay. Y'all can't be picking both sides. Monalise loves the V3 survivors equally. Maki, Himiko, and Saki. Panth tends to rise wounds. Yui sits in submission to, join the squad. Rose walks up to them and says, yeah, you're not getting it. It's possible. I see the murderous intent in the gaze of Yui. We'll think about it. We'll consider it. Reika sends Aika to jail for Mew-like behavior. Sagi uses night vision goggles to navigate the arena. Uzumi submits an application to join the squad. Skyline just rips it up. Everyone's trying to join, and I appreciate that. But everyone else who's just ripping things up, saying, given the negativity that they're not gonna get in, no. Sai could probably pay them all to do it. Romas bashes Kitamura's head against a rock several times. Rest in peace. Auntie Azuru, Melody, and Kanaki tell each other their pet peeves. Michi runs into Avi's wares and despairs, jumps onto a giant Monokuma plushie and just falls asleep. Ringo accuses me of not being the real me? How could you? Daiki submits an application to join the squad. Toasty passes out from exhaustion. Julia gets a hold of my soundboard and plays Megalovania. Yeah, we'll play the funky one. And Sky threatens Cam in fluent Japanese. Kazuo lets Felix into his shelter, and Eri gets infected with a despair disease. Eri starts clinging to Dakota. Mr. Murasaki gets a hand of my soundboard. What are you doing? He gets struck down for playing copyrighted music. Sayami becomes Matthew's emergency food. Oh no. Nunzio gets bonked on the head, and June starts a factory that mass produces mistletoe. Was that a threat? Oh, don't do that. We'll proceed again, and it's day 3. Ari wonders about what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games. Lord Daiki sees a completely pale Nana washed ashore. Unmoving, Daiki revives her. CPR. Sky smacks the taste right out of Auntie Azuru's mouth. Matthew also wonders about the lore of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. Fifi's trapped in a box. There's deadly poison every hour. Is she dead? Is she alive? We'll find out once we proceed. Peggy beats June with a ladder. Cam finds a bikini, puts on, it's quite revealing. Wait, this is the wrong simulator? Oh well. Rai teaches Aika some fighting moves. Little does Aika know that Rai is teaching her wrong is a joke. It's funny because she doesn't remember a thing. Her memory was wiped at the start of this game. Rose finds the remains of a pirate ship. JFJ puts his cat ears on Michi. She's very embarrassed about this. Sagi uses their special attack on Buff Santa. The Mega Destruction Ball of Darkness and Destruction. It did no damage. Oliver, Reika, and Kyoto Zonokai do the torture dance whilst torturing Dakota. Delta throws sand into the eyes of Tobin and runs off. Yui uses righteous anger and yeets Ringo into oblivion. Rest in peace. To the leader of the Komodo Alliance. Toasty, Mona Lisa, and Dakota hunt for other tributes. Suzui wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Julia plants down some trees. Fails kills Vinny while they are resting. Harker steals from Tarni while he isn't looking. Kanaki rests in a fruit tree. Skyline seems to be dead, but it's a lie. Romas sets Felix on fire with a Molotov. Eri asks for Axolotl. Panther's a little confused. Komi shares pancakes with Melody. This kind act earns Koemi a spot in the World Pancake Championship Invitational. Good on you. We love to see the sharing of pancakes, not the murdering of pancakes. Akira works for Avi's Wares and Despairs and is sick and tired of so many people defecting to Yoko's, burns it down. Luckily, Momo bought insurance. Aika screams in agony. Kazuo, Nico, and Izumi hold an inch for my darts addiction. I didn't show up. Murasaki collects fruit from a tree, and Nunzio's trapped in that box. Is he dead? Is he alive? Let's click proceed. Let's find out. Wait for it. Alright, now we can proceed. And we see we lost only 8 that time, and it's a Claire de Lune for Victoria, Lee, Barth, Kitamura, Sayami, Ringo, Vinny, Felix. And Nunzio survived that box. Incredible. We'll see everybody's statuses. We are at, I don't remember what we were at before. I think we're at 48 now, 46. So we're at 46 folks remaining. I'll do a slow scroll for you so you can see everybody who's left. You look at it. Look at all those people. A couple people from week 1. Week 2 still doing pretty good, and we still have a couple teams that are completely in. But who's gonna make it? Who will go on? Only one singles competitor, only one tag team can go on. Who will they be? Well, I don't know. You tell me as we proceed. I don't know who's gonna be. I never do, and with one resimulation, I'm expecting an arena event to just tear everything down. I'm waiting for it. Let's proceed and we will see. If I can click it. There we go. Night 3 begins with Dakota. Charting his ultimate move, Beefy falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Michi wants to speak with the manager of Avi's Wares and Despairs. Buff Santa does a quick prayer to Atua before going to sleep. Oliver enters Auntie Azuru's mind. It was a pleasant trip. Peggy overhears June and Delta's conversation about trying to steal my pancakes. How dare you? How dare you? Peggy intervenes, kills June and Delta, earning entry, let me tell you. You deserve it, Peggy. You're a captain, and you're going on to that World Pancake Championship match. Harker gets killed and replaced by a realistic doll made in her image. Skyline presses the big red button, or finds one, decides to leave it be. It's like, you know what, maybe not. Aika turned out to be a clone of Koemi. Huh. Koemi was the original Aika all along. Maybe that's why she doesn't remember anything. Panth dies trying to escape the arena. Rest in peace. Aika tries to set down a trap. Unfortunately, ends up trapping herself. Izumi finds a dark Dave in the arena and attacks her and bites straight through her heart, killing her. Yui stood in the ash of a trillion dead souls, asks the ghost if honor matters. Silence was their answer. Cam dies as their purple. Reika lets JFJ and Nico into her shelter to protect them from the mysterious stranger that is trying to hunt them down through the night. Little do they know that Reika is that mysterious stranger, and then dismembers them both late into the night. Oh gosh! Reika, I didn't know. That's terrifying. Romas and Toasty, the rest of this event is not welcome in a school environment. Momo decapitates Julia with a sword, rest in peace to her. Aika deliberately burns down Avi's Wares and Despairs. Akira burns it down, swears it was an accident. Matthew says that he saw Akira deliberately burn it down, but I believe Akira won a winner in tag team action. I believe Akira with my whole heart. I'll let it slide, I believe you. Fails, steals Kyoto, Zonokai's first kiss. Monalise shouts from afar, is that a JoJo reference? Tobin and Eri tell each other their greatest fears in order to grow each other's trust. Nana goes to the Love Hotel with Sagi. Kanaki, Nunzio, and Sky enter a scrum debate with Kazuo rather, and Daiki. They argue over which jelly is the best for a PB and J. Melody and Rose, they sing some show tunes. Rai introduces Charmy and Murasaki to her imaginary friend. There's nobody there, and Dakota thinks about winning. But will Dakota win? We'll proceed, and we have to find out because day 4 begins. And everyone's, there's no darts addiction, I promise you. There isn't. There's not. That's why I'm not showing up when Cam, Peggy, and Aika decide to invite me to one. Dakota attempts to strangle Matthew, but I just, massage his shoulders a little bit. He's doing pretty nice. Listen here. Michi does not like Auntie Azuru. She's gonna bark at him now. Bark, bark, bark. Nunzio. Rissa just freaks out upon seeing a painting of dogs playing poker. Nana breaks down and starts weeping for an unknown reason. Rose tries to console her. Charmy reminisces about season 2. However, Tobin reminisces about season 4. Kyoto Zonokai's hair's dyed gold now. Oh, it's fine, because Kazuo, Daiki, and Kanaki track down and chill with Reika. Dale spends a date ticket on Ari. And Eri is still alive. And you know what, Sky? Skyland date. Yeah, I'll do it. Skyland! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous tag team champions and feel the power. Anyway, hope you feel the power because they will soon be OC tag team champions. And it will happen soon. This week there will be OC tag team champions. Oliver has balloons. Akira comes by and pops them all. Good job, Akira. We love to see that. Not specifically on Oliver, but you know what? We don't love balloons. Sagi wants Avi to give Donuts a chance. I love donuts. Rai has Drip. Sky is the director of Drips. Harker remains of a Viking ship. Romos tries to overthrow AV. Romos fails miserably, but survives thanks to Monalise. Murasaki is buying AV merchandise from AV's wares and despairs. You go, Murasaki. Suzui tries to steal my pancakes. How could you? Komi caught her and killed her. Thank you, Koemi. You have literally already entered the World Pancake Championship this game. You're really trying to butter me up? I'll remember that. I'll remember that, Koemi. You in 2 times in 1 episode? You're a hero. Never forget it. Yui, Dakota, Momo hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. Toasty sets up an ice cream shack. Melody comes by and buys some. It was actually pretty good. Buff Santa dyes his hair gold. Will proceed now. We lost another 9, and it is indeed a Claire de Lune 4. Fifi, June, Delta, Panth, Izumi, JFJ, Nico, Julia, Suzui. See everybody's statuses. We are getting down to it now. 37 remain, I believe, and they are Aika, the Coder, Monalise, Eri, Dakota. Gosh, both Dakotas are here. And Nunzio. Week 2 from singles action, we saw Koemi, Thales, Tobin, Harker, Kazuo, Cam, Rose, Momo, Toasty, Sky, Nana, Auntie Azuru, and Reika all survive. Chaotic Croissant Duo Star has Oliver, Amped Up has Romas, Christmas Past has Buff Santa, Dazzling Stars has Daiki, Helping Hand with Melody, Blood Red Roses with Yui, Set the Stage with Kanaki, Tragic Tale has Skyland, Rap Gods completely in. Architect Star has Ari, Open Seas with Peggy, Catch 'em All with Murasaki, Fighter Jet still has Matthew, Manga Section has Rai, Elite Idolist has Michi, Fortune of the Gods has Kyoto and Zonokai, and Mind Games has Akira. We have to keep going. We have to proceed. There is only so much more that can happen. No arena events, no feast. But we're not even at your saving grace picks, and we must proceed to get there, hopefully, maybe. But Yui, Akira create their own secret code language so they can communicate safe without unwanted eavesdroppers. Tobin, Michi, Matthew, Daiki, and Rose track down and kill Oliver. Rest in peace. But you're already in the tag team premiere, or tag team finale rather, and you're already in now the World Pancake Championship match. Don't forget it. We love to see it. Thales tries to stay up all night to catch the mastermind, but falls asleep. Sky tries to use some fireworks to distract Melody and Eri, but accidentally blows everyone up in the process. Well, that's death. Dakota tends to Ari's wounds. Toasty commits tax evasion, but it's like tomorrow's like tax Monday. Toasty, hold up. Unable to get a fire going, Skyland, Rai, and Nana are forced to huddle together for warmth. Peggy unknowingly eats toxic berries. Anti-Azuru panics and tries to cure Peggy and succeeds. Anti-Azuru, you're a hero. Kazuo and Koemi exercise underneath the stars. Harker decides it was a good idea to nosedive a polar bear during hibernation. Huh? You really did that, huh? You dead. Nunzio, Aiko, Dakota and Mona Lisa tell each other the ghost stories to lighten the mood. Romas is plagued by a recurring nightmare. Buffs Santa, sets a few more traps before, going to camp for the night. Momo finds a Netch sketch, breaks it in frustration. Kyoto Zonokai is not afraid to know, ain't afraid to know ghosts. Reika, Cam, and Kanaki get into a fight. Kanaki triumphantly kills them both. Murasaki submits an application to join the squad. Charmy snatches the application out of her hand, rips it up. How could ya? And Sagi dies of dysentery. We still have a day to get through, and that is day 5 as Aika gets drenched in honey sticky. Momo, Skyland, and Nana track down and kill Nunzio. Kazuo glares at Michi and says, "Do you want to die?" Michi runs. Heads for the hills. Runs like the wind, bullseye. Peggy finds Shuichi's hat and puts it on. Kyoto Zonokai's feel like there's a duck watching. I'll tell you what. Charmy works for Avi's wares and despairs and is sick and tired of so many people defecting to Yoko's items of misfortune, burns it down, let me tell you. Dakota works there. Yoko's bought insurance last week. Charmy screams in agony. Buff, Santa, and Murasaki play tricks on Rose while Koemi steals from her room. Kanaki finds the Infinity Gauntlet, which doesn't have the Infinity Stones in it, so he just beats Matthew to death with it. Kanaki really chose violence today, recently. Bullying an Anti-Azuru? Not cool, Toasty. Roma shoulder charges the tree, knocking over, crushing both Tobin and Dakota as they walk past. Akira finds a water gun, fills it with holy water, fires it at Ari, getting her wet. Rai sprains her ankle while running away from Daiki. Thales takes Yui to Suplex City. Mona Lisa suddenly exclaims, "Not the Komodos, for every reason in particular will proceed." We are not done yet. We have an arena event, which means we might very easily get down to your saving grace picks. Things are about to go down. And it's not going to be a fun time, I'm sorry. For a lot of you, especially Nana, as Kyoto Zonokai exploits the game by strangling Nana with toilet paper, suffocating them in real life. Peggy solves the mystery of the Neo Roll program, so does Dakota and Kazuo. Rose exploits a game bug, strangling Mona Lisa with toilet paper, suffocating in real life. Skyland exploits a game bug, strangling Buff Santa with toilet paper, suffocating in real life. You hate to see it. Charmy glitches out and falls to the world, never wakes up. Yui enjoys the game. Rai exploits a game bug, strangling Koemi, suffocates in real life. Momo enjoys the game. Michi finds a sci-fi weapon in-game, fires it at Toasty. The explosion catches Murasaki and fails as well. All 3 perish. Goodness gracious. Roma solves the mystery of the Neo World program. Aika enjoys the game. Ari breaks a rule as punished in-game by Monokuma, falls into a real-life coma, subsequently perishes. Anti-Azuru rather, enjoys the game. Akira glitches out, falls to the game world, never wakes up. Daiki enjoys the game, and Kanaki glitches out, falls to the game world, never wakes up. We will proceed. Now we lost 23. Now we lost 23. That's quite a few more than we did earlier. Almost as much as day 1 as we declared Elune 4. Oliver, Sky, Melody, Eri, Harker, Reika, Cam, Sagi, Nunzio, Matthew, Tobin, Dakota, Nana, Mona Lisa, Buff Santa, Charmy, Koemi, Toasty, Murasaki, Thales, Ari, Akira, Kanaki. What does that bring us to? That might bring us to... I don't think that's saving grace picks quite yet, but it's close. We'll see everybody's statuses. We'll control off alive. Yeah, it's 14. Goodness gracious. And as we look, we still have Aika and the Coder only remain from week 1. Week 2 still sees Kazuo, Rose, Momo, Anti-Azuru amped up. In fact, I think, yeah, it's close to just a battle between a couple of them for the tag team. Because the Elite Idolists are already in. Fortune the Gods are already in. Manga Section is already in. Open Seas is not. Tragic Tale is not. And they're still in. Blood Red Roses is... No. Tragic Tale is. Blood Red Roses is also as well. I think it might just be a battle, because Amped Up's in. It's a battle between the Dazzling Stars and Open Seas for the tag team spot. Because every other team who's left is already in. Yeah, it's just between those two. Those two teams specifically. For singles, it's a little bit of a different story. But we're not going to spend too much time on that. That's just something that'll happen at the end and we'll be like, oh, this is what happened. It's still very close for singles, too. Actually, no, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up right now. I'll pull it up right now. Where's OCs? Alright, let's see. Singles. Where's my list? My list? There's my list. Excellent. Alright. Pull that open real quick. Hit Claire de Lune again, because, you know, it's an important time. How y'all doing over here? Alright. Aika's already in. That's what I thought. Dakota is not. Kazuo is not. Rose is. That's what I thought. Momo was who I wasn't sure about. And I don't think Momo is. No, Momo's not. And neither is Anti Azuru. So it's a battle between 3 OCs for singles and 2 teams for tag. So it's a battle of who will survive between Peggy and Daiki, and who will survive between Momo, Kazuo, and Dakota. And thus we have to proceed because it's not even your saving grace picks yet. That's where we are in this one. We will proceed though. It's 14 left. We're gonna probably have a feast this round. Let's see what happens when we start things off. Night 5 begins with Anti Azuru developing an irrational fear of Rai after having a nightmare about her. Michi walks barefoot across a carpet of Legos. Going against all logic and reason, she powers through the pain. Reaches the other side. Rose dyes her hair orange. It's not that much of a difference, but it's still pretty nice. Daiki, Roma's, Skyland, and Momo get they form a rock band. Kyoto Zonokai says a swear word. Dakota covers Peggy's ears. Aika loads her shotgun with a physical form of murderous intent. Yui pays Kazuo 500 mana coins to kill them medieval style via the rats. We lost 1 this round. But let me tell you, it's feast time, isn't it? Yeah, I figured. The cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Michi sobs while gripping a photo of her family and friends. Rose, Kyoto, Zonokai, and Peggy start fighting, but Kyoto Zonokai runs away as Rose kills Peggy, and I believe that means Daiki and Riko, the Dazzling Stars, go on. I believe that's the final team that's not already in. Anti Azuru digs a tunnel beneath the arena to steal items without being seen. Skyline catches Momo off guard and kills her. Rest in peace to Momo. Daiki eats a holder shotgun by himself, an amazing feat. Romas takes waffles from the cornucopia just to sold. Who put them in the cornucopia? They're not allowed here. Goodness gracious. Aika decides not to attend the feast. Kazuo invites Rai to an unforgettable luncheon, and Dakota takes a staff leaning on the cornucopia. We still have a day to get through though, and that day ceases. Skyland shoots Kazuo with a shrink ray and steps on him, and now I think it's just a battle for singles between Anti Azuru and Dakota? I think so. Daiki's trapped in a box, deadly poison every hour. Dead or alive, we'll have to wait and see. Romas decides to lend Avi a hand, kills a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena. That's my guy. Anti Azuru and Rai build a shelter together. Both of them have conflicting ideas on interior design. Dakota and Kyoto Zonokai are sitting in a tree. KSSING. Michi dies trying to escape the arena. Rest in peace. And Aika strangles Rose with brand new socks. We will proceed, and we see we lost 6. We lost 6 more. That brings us down to 8, and it is indeed a Claire de Lune. The final Claire de Lune of the episode 4. Yui, Peggy, Momo, Kazuo, Michi, Rose. This is it. We'll see everybody's statuses. It is your final 8. It is, for the bracket, a battle between the Coder Dakota and Anti Azuru. We already know what team will be going on for tag teams, unless I'm horribly mistaken. Manga section I know is in, Fortune of the Gods I know is in, Tragic Tale I know is in, and Amped Up 1. So Dazzling Stars do take that final free-for-all episode spot. Congratulations to Daiki and Riko. However, nobody's won this game yet. So it's time for you to make some new picks. If you need them, do you need them? You might need them. Make them. Saving Grace picks. Aika showing up and showing off. Aika with 5 KOs wants to take a win today. The Coder, Dakota, is in a battle of the ages between Anti Azuru and between the one and the only Dakota themselves. Speaking of Anti Azuru, the last of the 3 remaining from singles action, Anti Azuru wants some glory, wants to be featured front and center on the singles bracket. Can Anti-Azure do it? We'll have to wait and see. Only has to outlast Dakota. Amped Up still sees Romaz. They won. They want to. Now this is interesting. Amped Up wants to remain undefeated. If they win this match, they remain undefeated. Last time Lee took the win, this time Romaz could take the win. And imagine the momentum of having an undefeated team join the tag. Well, they're not joining. They would be just front and center. They would be like, hey, we won in our episode. We won in the free-for-all. They're winning the titles. Could that be Dazzling Stars? They did not perform their best in their episode, but the best was yet to come because Daiki did survive, earn them a spot. But can Daiki take the win? Tragic Tale. They want to win as well. JFJ has mentored Skyland. Can JFJ mentor Skyland to the victory? Manga section has Rai. They have already entered, but Rai wants some gold. And then the longest name of them all could have the longest win of them all. Kyoto Zonokai. For Fortune of the Gods. That's everyone who's left first, second, and third. I know you guys have already made them in the live chat. You guys are like, I already know who's here. You made first, second, and third. I'm a pick, but make them the comments you have with that if you have not. If I had to make my picks, I'm going Zoraya. Romaz Zoraya for first. I want Amped Up to be undefeated, and I want them to win the titles too. I want Amped Up, and then Amped Up again. Give me Amped Up for first. Give me Amped Up for first. Give me. So Romaz for first. Give me Aika for second, and then give me Skyline for third. Those are my picks. Those are my saving grace picks. I know you made yours, but it is your final 8. And within your final 8, we have Aika, the Coda Decoder. We have Anti-Azure. We got Romaz, Daiki, Skyland, Rai, and Kyoto Zonokai. All standing tall. All hoping to make their mark, make their moment, and carry that momentum over to their respective finales. But most importantly, their hearts are racing with the same beat, the same pulse, and the same determination as that of a samurai woman. Let's head on out, let's proceed, and let's see what unfolds as we proceed. Rai holds an insect meet and greet. Aika, Anti-Azure, and Daiki were unfortunately allergic to the bees, which means that is the end of Anti-Azure. Was so close, but Dakota comes out on top for singles. We'll get that final spot, but now we have to get ourselves a winner. As Skyline finds an Etch-a-Sketch shows Romaz the portrait he made for Dakota, Skyline was cheating on Romaz with Dakota the entire time, and Kyoto Zonokai quietly hums. It is Rai, Skyline, Romaz, Dakota, and Kyoto Zonokai. It's your final 5. Who will come in on top? We'll proceed and we will see. It is day 7 as Kyoto Zonokai reminisces about the year of the ascent. Rai decapitates Romaz with a sword. They will not remain undefeated. Skyline begs for Dakota to kill him. He refuses, keeping Skyline alive, which means it is Dakota, Skyline, Rai, and Kyoto Zonokai as we proceed. Is it a terrible turnabout? It is. 4 gone, 4 remain. Terrible turnabout. 4. Aika, Anti-Azure, Daiki, Romaz, and it is, see everybody's statuses, the Coder is the now last remaining person from singles action. Congratulations, will make that coveted free-for-all spot. And Daiki already got the spot for the tag teams, but there's still momentum. And who will garner that momentum? Tragic Tale Skyland 8? Manga Sections Rai? Fortune of the Gods Kyoto Zonokai? I don't know. But it's your final 4. And you know what that means within our final 4. We are at the hour point right now. And there's only one way to end this, and that is with the Coder, Skyland 8, Rai, and Kyoto Zonokai. All caught in what we like to call within our final 5, a crises of fate. Shall we? Shall we, unnamed plant? I think we shall. We'll proceed. It's your final 4, and Kyoto Zonokai receives Yakiniku from an unknown sponsor, Rai. and Dakota talk about the tribute still alive, and Skyland sets a few more traps before returning to the camp for the night. Nobody perishes, but I have a feeling a couple people will this next time around, including Dakota. Rest in peace as Kyoto Zonokai smashes Dakota in the head with, gets smashed in the head with a crowbar by Dakota. Me misreading. Dakota actually survives. Rai's unknown sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends, and Skyland receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. We lost. What a switch! What a twist! A terrible turnabout for Kyoto Zonokai. You hate to see it, the poor boy. But we see everybody's statuses. It is now Dakota via crowbar. It is Skyland, trained by the legendary JFJ. And it is Rai, who is side by side with Chaos. Can some of that chaos be, influencing Rai? 5 KOs? It might be. It might be. But it is still our final 3, and it is still a crisis. Of Fate live chat, are you ready? Could this be the end? It very well could be. This is Brand Steel. It could end in a moment's notice. Will it end in a moment's notice? It will. Did not. It did not. But it does see our final 2. Skyland's unknown sponsor is Avi. Do I sense some bias here? Perhaps. Dakota. Perhaps. Dakota stands outside of Riot's camp with a candy pail. Riot gives Dakota a knife to the chest. That's not how trick or treat works, Riot. Someone should have told Riot that's not how it works, but this is how this works. It's your final 2, so I have to ask you guys one question alone, and that is who? Will it be Skyland? Riot. Skyland for JFJ. The one and the only Ultimate Hunger Games mentor. Could he have mentored Skyland well enough to help Skyland come out on top, give them momentum going on into that big inaugural tag team championship match? Or could it be Rai? For manga section, Hana as their partner has been dripping a little bit of chaos into their mind bit by bit. And as you see, that chaos is at full fold because Dakota was just like, candy please? Rai said knife to chest. Doesn't get more chaotic than that. So who will it be? Manga section, tragic tale. Rai, Skyland 8. Both? Neither. The choices are yours, and yours alone. But there is only one truth, live chat, and together, we all find out that between Tragic Tale and between Manga Section, walking into the tag team finale with such momentum after winning the Great Big Free-For-All is Skyland asks Rai. They like boats, leading to Rai going on a tirade about how much she loves boats. Skyland dies of boredom. Hana strategically decided not to use the chaos today, but instead used that chaos to drive her partner to insanity. And hey, we know that insanity wins games. As we proceed, we see one thing: a terrible turnabout. For our last Fallen 2 tributes, Dakota, Skyland. One person comes out on top, and we don't need to see everybody's statuses, but we'll look at them. Look, that's so much red, so much disease, but there is one that's green, has 7 KOs, and is, without a doubt, with certainty, your winner. Has been driven up the wall by her partner, the Agent of Chaos. She knows now what it means to be insane. Just a little bit, just a little crazy. But crazy wins games. And the Librarian wins this match for Manga Section. Rai and Hana head on to the inaugural OC Tag Team Championship match with momentum. Will that momentum carry them to be the champion? Maybe not, but at least for today, your winner, Rai from Manga Section. You love to see it. Rai from Manga Section won this whole thing, outlasted every OC, including her partner, the Agent of Chaos. They didn't need this win, but boy did they get this win, and boy now do they have momentum going into this. I haven't decided if it's Thursday or Friday. Haven't decided. But I have decided that Rai wins. That's all I can say. Skyland in second place for Tragic Tail. They were so close, but so far. But hey, that's better than they did last time. That is better than they did last time. Is that a little bit more momentum? Or will one more lesson be enough for Tragic Tail to take the win? And their next win would be for the titles. Dakota, the top placing singles person. Congratulations, Dakota. Gets that spot on. In fact, bring up right now. We can add, we'll take a second. Bring up the singles. The completed OC singles bracket. There they all are. Free for all episode, Dakota. But let's not forget the secret episode now also features Leaf, Alex. And as we go on to the placements, Kyoto Zonokai, Fortune the Gods had 4th. They're already in. Roma's 5th place for Amped Up. They are the first ever OC tag team winners. But as we go on, we see 6th place Dazzling Stars. We can bring up the tag team bracket now because Daiki and Rico both claim a spot for the free-for-all spot. And thus that bracket is now complete as well. But as we come to a close, we have to give major props to Anti-Azuru getting so close. So close. Very, very close. He may not be so great at certain things, but you know what? This time around, came very close. We won't forget about that. Aika in 8th was so close as well to earning a spot. Rose in 9th already in there, and Michi rounding off your top 10. That was an incredible match. That was a moment, especially for Rai in Manga Section. We'll scroll down to see everybody else though. Kazuo, Momo, Peggy, Yui, Kanaki, Akira, Ari, Thales, Murasaki, Toasty, Koemi, Charmy, Buff Santa, Monalise, Nana, Dakota, Tobin, Matthew, Nunzio, Sagi. Everyone in your top 30, really? Incredible job. Cam, Reika, Harker, Eri, Melody, Sky, Oliver, Suzui, Julia, Nico, JFJ, Izumi, Shalmu, Delta, June, Fifi, Felix, Vinny, Ringo, Sayami, Kitamura, Barth, Lee, Victoria, Ashi, Inari, Osamu, Kiyoshi, David, and Iris, Amber, Wendy, Shirosaba, Tigra, Koharu, Natasha, Setsushi, Oni, Squid, in 69th place, nice. Marlo, Chip, Wayland, you never forget that man's. Kiyoshi, Midori, Shiori, Hana, and Glitch, back to back, our Agent of Chaos and our champ. Jason, Leaf, Kono, Kiyomi, Rico, Infinity, Parvati, Eric, Rosaka, Hera, Kenta, Miles, Eva, Legault, Katsumi, Raimi, Junpei, Lux, Kujo, Yoko, Caius, Aya, and Sun Risen. Woo! That's everybody. 98 OCs all stood tall. They all had a game from last place all the way to first place. You never saw something like this. Never seen anything like this because we had tag teams. This is our first free-for-all that also featured tag teams, and I love it. I love to see it. We saw who came out on top. We saw which people earned those spots, and we now know who's going on and what those episodes consist of. As we proceed, we see it started with Sun challenging Monokuma and getting ripped in half. Was that maybe a strategy to have like the anti-momentum going into the free-for-all? Not the free-for-all, the singles championship, because I think Sun finished 2nd in that episode. I'm pretty sure. And then as we scroll down, it all ended with Riot talking about boats, probably opened up a book to give a speech on boats, a whole monologue on boats, and Skyland was like, you know what? This was unlucky, I should ask something else. Riot took this whole win from manga section, and there, the district placements. Manga section, Tragic Tale, Singles Week 1, Fortune of the Gods, Amped Up, Dazzling Star, Singles Week 2, Elite Idolist, Open Seas, and Blood Red Roses were your top 10. I can't say teams because Singles Week 1 and, you know, Singles Week 2 aren't really a team, but, you know, that's just how it is. What a game. And then KOs, of course, KOs. 7 KOs for Rai, 5 for Matthew and Aika, 4 for Kanaki, Romas, Skyland, Barth. No, I'm sorry, Barth, Peggy, and Iris, and Kitamura, and Kiyoshi, and Koemi, and Murasaki, and Reika, and Rose, and Skyland. I'm sorry, just Skyland. Not Skyland, Sky. Just Sky, not Skyland. Toasty. All had 3 as well. Everyone else with 2 or 1 or none. We'll go back to the reaping, and we'll do one last slow scroll of all the OCs who were here this season. Some will be back because they'll be re-entered. Some will be in preseason because of that Agent of Chaos episode for singles and tag teams. And some will be back for those finales on Thursday and on Friday. Which one will be which day? I don't know. Kind of, part of me wants to have the, you know, the tag team finale on Friday, because, you know, it's like, whoa. But I also kind of want to kick off the finale, like, time with, you know, a little bit of, just a smidgen of, you know, fun, a smidgen of, you know, new titles. I kind of like that idea. Kind of like that. So it might be on Thursday. I haven't made up my mind yet. One day I will, but not today. That was a slow scroll. That was everyone who entered this season. Thank you so much to everyone. Because this is a fun season. This is a fun OC season, and it's not over yet because we still have champions to crown. Ladies and gentlemen, stay classy. Year of the Zenith, Toon Link, Dave, Anomaly, the Anomalocaris, my unnamed plant, who won't be here all the time, but you know what? Gosh, you're looking real good. This pancake flame, you love to see it. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. As always, thank you for entering, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, subscribing, participating in the live chat, thank you for being here. Just thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Easter Sunday. Or get ready for Discount Candy Monday. See you guys later this week for OC Championship action. In singles, and for the first time, in tag teams. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.